Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to share the next few minutes of your time discussing stress. Many people would find public speaking to be stressful, but I am happy to be here and hope all of you can learn from what I have researched and experienced. My job performance has suffered in the past because of how I handled stress, and I want you to learn from my mistakes. The word stress is often overused and rarely understood. Stress is a feeling of tension or discomfort on your mind when you are put into a demanding situation. Stress can lead to long and short-term symptoms that can affect your body. Some short-term reactions to stress are fatigue, headaches, and muscle pain. If you are experiencing stressful situations over a long period of time, your body may suffer. Chronic stress may lead to higher levels of stress hormones in the body. Stress hormones act as messengers in the body that may make the heart beat faster. This repeated action is not good for the circulatory system and is linked to causing heart attacks. Chronic stress is not only harmful to the heart, it is harmful to the entire body. When your body's nervous system is constantly being put into stressful situations, it repeatedly sends itself into fight or flight mode. This is stressful to the body and eventually begins to wear it down. There are many tools we can use to manage our stress. One of the first things we can try is to remain optimistic. Optimism is our ability to stay hopeful in any situation. We also can work on nurturing our self-efficacy. This is our confidence that we will be able to perform a certain task. One of the other things we can work on is our hardiness. This is our knowledge that we are capable of performing well in a stressful situation. It is important to manage stress so that your body does not experience the effects of chronic stress. Not managing your stress can cause alarm, resistance, and exhaustion. The longer you are exposed to stress, the more likely you are to end up in the hospital. I represent multiple areas within the Medicare Operations Division. Although each area ultimately acts as a team, they all have different demands and seek out my guidance on resolving their issues. Prioritizing the competing requests can be overwhelming at times. I must work long hours to fully understand their needs and then build a case to support which unit gets their work completed first. Many managers feel slighted and react in an angry way. I was spending more time worrying about how I could get the work done and how to please everyone than I spent addressing the issues. In order to combat this unnecessary stress, I scheduled a meeting with every department manager and explained the process I must follow to prioritize their requests and why it was needed. I tried to remain very optimistic about the benefits of understanding the needs of each area and conveyed my message in a very self-confident manner. Most managers were thankful to understand the process better and wanted to work on a solution that would be less stressful for me and less stressful for them. There were other managers that were still focused on only their own needs. I had hoped that they would change their behavior after the meeting, but their demands became more frequent and less friendly. After speaking with my own boss, I determined the only way to lower the stress levels was to delegate more work to the teams that were struggling the most. At first, it was more work for me, but in the end, giving them some control allowed them to feel more confident in the overall prioritization process. It's important to realize that stress can come in many forms, both internal and external. The way you combat that stress may work for some situations or for some people, but will need to be altered for others. Recognizing when stress is affecting you physically and emotionally is the first step. We can't ignore stress and hope that it goes away or try to bury our emotions. Please try to work with your support network, not only at home but at work, to share your emotions. Sharing your burden can go a long way in reducing your stress. I try to treat stress as a challenge rather than a threat, and I hope that all of you can too. We've talked about a lot this evening, and I hope that you have learned how much stress is affecting you physically and emotionally. Please try to use the tips I gave you to lower your stress levels and be more productive in the future. Thank you for your time.